Hello, folks, and welcome to another episode of the Cubs Line podcast. I'm Ryan Dunleavy,
And I'm Ryan Zelinsky.
and it is Cubs game day as they take on the Milwaukee Brewers in Game 2 of the NLDS. Late start tonight, 8:08 at American Family Field in Milwaukee. Game's going to be on TBS. Ryan, how excited are you for tonight's ball game?
Pretty pumped seeing JT in the leadoff. I like that, just trying to get him against a lefty. But yeah, pretty pumped. Gotta win tonight. If you win, I really like your chances to win this in four. If you lose, I don't see you winning the series. So I mean the season's on the line tonight.
Yeah, this is a make or break game. Like these are two different series. If you lose, you got to win three in a row, and I don't think you could do that versus the Brewers. If you win, you go into a three-game series playing two of them at Wrigley. I like your odds with that, especially the way the Brewers have played at Wrigley this year hasn't been very good. So before we get into today's episode, I want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Mark's Card Shop. Thank you for sponsoring today's episode. Make sure to go check them out in Downers Grove, Illinois, and at markscardshop.com. So first, we'll take a look at the starting pitchers of today's ball game. Starting for the Cubs will be Shota Imanaga in his second career playoff start. The 32-year-old in the regular season was sorry about that. Was 9-8 with a 3.73 ERA in 25 games and 144 and two-thirds of an innings. He had 117 strikeouts and a .99 whip. And then in his first playoff start, he went 4 innings, 3 strikeouts. He has a 4.5 ERA. The only mistake he really made was that Machado home run, but besides that, he looked very good, and I think Shoto's dialed in, and I think he's gonna have a great start. And then we'll take a look at the Brewers starter, Aaron Ashby. Ashby on the year, we've seen him start, we've seen him throw in the bullpen. So tonight he's starting in probably his biggest career start at 27 years old. In the regular season, he was 5-2 with a 2.16 ERA in 43 games. Had 3 saves in 66 and two-thirds of an inning. He had 76 strikeouts and a 1.17 whip and their career splits versus other teams. Shota Imanaga has a 1-3 record with a 5.73 ERA and 18 strikeouts and 4 appearances versus the Brewers. But you might think this is terrible, but his first start versus the Brewers was last season, and he got hit very hard. He went 4 innings and a third, 8 hits, 7 runs, 2 home runs. So he struggled big time in his first career start versus the Brewers, but faced him 3 starts this year and was pretty solid, I would say. When his first start was 5 and 2/3, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, and then his second start was 5 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs. All of them were earned. He allowed 2 long balls, and then in the other start, he went 7 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs. They were both earned, 1 home run and 1 walk. I believe the home run was allowed to Terang. But how are you feeling with Shota on the bump tonight? Give me some predictions, keys for Shota and Managa, and how do you like the odds for him tonight?
I'm feeling good. I hope he's going to come out with his best. I think he will. I think I kind of 5 or 6 innings for him if he's at his best. If not, around 4 innings or kind of around the second time through the order. But I think I think he's going to have a good day. I think he's gonna have a good amount of strikeouts. I think that's going to kind of get him into his groove. Um, I think he's going to go 5 innings, 3 hits, and 1 run. That'll be his line.
Yeah, and then the over/under tonight for Shota Minaga on strikeouts, according to all the betting apps, is 3. Do you think over or under, or he's going to have 3? He had 3 in both of his last starts versus the Mets and the Padres.
I think he'll have 4 or 5.
I agree with that. I think he'll have a good amount of strikeouts. And then we'll look at Aaron Ashby's splits. Aaron Ashby is a 2-1 record with a 5.33 ERA, 33 strikeouts and 1 save in 9 appearances versus the Cubs in his career. So we've seen Ashby pitch against the Cubs from 2021 all the way to 2025. He faced them 3 times in this season. His first was he went an inning and two-thirds, 3 hits, 2 runs. His second appearance, he went 3 innings and a third, 1 hit, 1 run. Then in his latest, he went 3 and 2/3, 4 hits, 1 run. So he's allowed to run every time. And then this was the first time the Cubs saw him since 2022. He got knocked around in 22. We saw him start twice against the Cubs. His first was 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 run. And then his other start, he went 5 innings, 8 hits, 6 runs. And then his first two appearances versus the Cubs came in 2021. His first went 3 innings, 3 hits, no runs. Other one, he went an inning and a third with 3 hits and an earned run. So it's been kind of all over the place. If you're a Brewers fan, what are your expectations for Ashby tonight? And do you think he's a guy the Cubs can hit?
Yes, I do think the Cubs can hit him. I think they're going to hit him. I think the expectation should honestly be 3 innings, maybe. You go 3 innings with him, or maybe 3 innings into the fourth. I mean, I think his over under on outs right now is 5.5, so that tells me maybe even only 2 innings. But I think the bullpen for the Brewers will get working pretty early tonight. I think he'll go 3 innings, 3 runs.
Yeah, that's fair. Do you think I think Ashby's the weakest pitcher the Cubs have faced in the playoffs so far? I mean,
Oh,
Pavetta,
by
Cease,
far, yeah,
Darvish, Peralta, they've gone through the gauntlet, and now finally they're getting kind of a mediocre-ish pitcher, I would say.
yeah, by far, yeah, 100%.
And then a lot of people are anticipating it will be Quinn Priester coming into the game after Aaron Ashby. Priester is 1-0 with an ERA of 6.2 and 13 strikeouts in 4 appearances versus the Cubs in his career. His first appearance was a start when he was on the Pirates. He went 6 innings, 5 hits, 4 earned runs. And then this year he faced the Cubs 3 times. His first appearance he got rocked. He went 4 1/3 with 6 hits, 7 earned runs, 2 home runs. His second appearance, he went 5 2/3, 8 hits, 2 earned runs. He gave up a long ball. And then his latest was 8/21, where he went 4 1/3, 3 hits, 1 earned run. So not the greatest splits for Quinn Priester. I mean, do you think he's another guy the Cubs can jump on?
I do think they can jump on him. I mean, Quinn Priester, he's had a great season, but there's been a couple of starts where he's been very shaky. So yeah, I think the Cubs will definitely be able to jump on him when he comes in. And I mean, I think the Cubs can put up 6 runs, 7 runs tonight.
Yeah, this will be Aaron Ashby and Quinn Priester. Ashby's first playoff start and Priester's first appearance if he comes into the game. So we'll see how that all pans out. And now we'll take a look at the lineup. So for the Cubs, there's just one major switch, and that is all. So hitting leadoff for the Cubbies is Justin Turner. We haven't seen Turner in maybe a month, I would say. He had a 219 average with 3 home runs. Very slow. You might be wondering why is this guy hitting the leadoff? Michael Busch typically hits leadoff. I think Turner will go one at bat. As soon as Ashby comes out of the game, that's when Michael Busch comes into the game. I don't care if it's a lefty later in the game. You need Michael Busch. I think this is more of a one at bat, kind of like what we saw from Carlos Santana, I believe, 2 weeks ago versus the Mets. And then hitting two for the Cubs, Nico. Three is King Tuck. Four is Seiya Suzuki. Five is Ian Happ. Six is Carson Kelly. Seven is PCA. Eight is Vansby Swanson. Nine is Matt Shaw. Ryan, how do you like this lineup? And what do you think about Justin Turner hitting leadoff? And what's your expectations for him? And at what point do you put Michael Busch into this ball game?
So I like the lineup. I mean, I really have no problems with it. Justin Turner, I think fine hitting against the lefty. He does that better than Bush. I think I take him out after his first AB, give him one at bat, and no matter what happens, throw Bush back in there when the lineup eventually comes back around. And then what was the other question?
What time would you put Michael Busch in the game around?
Right. When the lineup comes back to the top.
Yeah, that's what I would do too. So now we'll take a look at the Cubs splits versus Ashby. Turner's 0 for 3. Nico's 1 for 5. Tucker has not faced him. Suzuki's 2 for 6. Happ is 3 for 10. Kelly's 2 for 4. PCA's 0 for 4. Swanson's 3 for 7. Shaw's 1 for 6. So not some terrible splits, not a lot of experience first time. Now we'll take a look at the Milwaukee lineup as it is completely identical, and Jackson Chourio is back in the lineup for them. I think a lot of people did not expect him to play, but he's in the lineup. Hitting leadoff and in left field is Jackson Chourio. Second and second base is Bryce Terang. Third and catching tonight's ballgame, William Contreras. Fourth and DHing, Christian Yelich. Fifth and playing first base, Andrew Vaughn. Sixth and playing right field, Sal Frelick. Eighth or seventh in playing third base, Caleb Durbin, eighth in playing center field, Blake Perkins, and ninth and playing shortstop, Joey Ortiz. Right, I don't know about you, but the Cubs really need to get outs from the 7 through 9. I mean, Durbin hitting 256, Perkins hitting 223, and Ortiz hitting 230. These are three guys that I feel like should be outs every time, and these are a big pocket that the Cubs need to jump on. The Cubs did a great job of getting outs against Gavin Sheets, Jake Cronenworth, and I believe it was Ryan O'Hearn, just a lefty pouch. This is all righties here. You could bring in a power righty arm, and I don't know about you, but I think these are three guys that should be pretty much outs every time.
Yeah, 100%. You got. I mean, they're gonna. That's your best opportunity to get three quick outs, and I think you got to take it. So yeah, 100% got to be out, out, out.
Yep, and now we'll take a look at the career splits versus Imanaga. Churio is 1-5 versus Shota. Terang is 1-9 versus Shota, and his one hit was a home run. Contreras is 3 for 10 with two bombs. Yelich is 3 for 10 with a homer. Vaughn is 3 for 7. Frelick's 1 for 6. Durbin's 0 for 7. Perkins is 3 for 4 with a homer, and Ortiz is 4 for 9. I think you got to be aware of William Contreras in the lineup. I think he's the big spot for the Brewers in tonight's lineup.
Yeah, I mean, he really always does. Contreras, Andrew Vaughn, Christian Yelich. I mean, those three, the 3, 4, 5. They're real scary. So 100%, I think those three you got to look out for tonight.
Yeah. So now, we'll talk about the keys of the game. I'll start off with you, Ryan. What are your three keys to tonight's ball game?
Lead early. Uh, don't give up 6 in the first inning again. Have Shota settle in, give you 4 or 5 innings. And then the third one, I mean, play freely. Don't really let game one bother you.
Yep. My first is pitching and bullpen. You really got to have good outings. You only really got two quality outings from Brown and Savali. All weapons are going to be on the table tonight. Tonight's a must-win ball game. We're going to need to see a good start from Shota, some depth from him, and then the bullpen's got to come in and do their job. Expect to see some flamethrowers tonight, like Danny P, Brad Keller, Andrew Kittredge, and Caleb Fieldbar. Maybe even some Drew Pomeranz, Colin Ray out of the bullpen tonight as well. Next is some timely and clutch hitting. They're going to need some big hits in order to win tonight's ball game. You're going to have to get guys in scoring position, and you're going to need to drive them in. So clutch hits is going to be a huge factor in tonight's game, and whoever gets more runners in clutch spots is going to be the team to win tonight's ball game. And then my last is defense limiting mistakes. I mean, that Nico Horner mistake was brutal. And I'm not just going to harp on him, but the defense needs to be lights out like it was in that first series because that was one of the key factors they won, and they need to limit the mistakes offensively and defensively and pitching. You got to hit your spots, you got to make the plays, and you got to not be too greedy at the plate. You got to limit this mistakes tonight, but obviously you want to play free as well.
Yeah, I did want to add one more thing: productive at bats. I mean, in game two and I mean, kind of game one, too. Full count ended in strikeouts almost all the time. They got to start, putting together some good at bats, some 7, 8, 9 pitch ABs. Work the count, work the pitch count of Ashby or whoever it is. Try to get on base, by the walk, and just don't, swing at bullshit on 3-2.
Yeah, you got to win those 3-2 at bats. They didn't even they won that Padre series. You got to do a better job of winning that. And then we'll take a look at just some details about tonight's ball game. You can listen to it on 67 The Score. It'll be on ESPN Radio. Watch the game on TBS, HBO Max. Weather doesn't really matter because we're going to be inside playing tonight's ball game. So now, there's nothing really to look around the MLB. Brewers and Dodgers are playing right now as we are.
Phillies and Dodgers, not
Phillies,
Brewers.
Dodgers, Brewers. Sorry, we're talking about the Brewers so much I got it in my head, but Dodgers and Phillies playing right now. It's been a pitcher's duel through 4 innings for the Dodgers. Blake Snell 3 innings, no hits, no runs, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, and then for the Phillies on the bump is Jesus Luzardo, 4 hits, 1 run, no, or four. Sorry, I'm losing my mind right now. 4 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. Only 1 hit through 4 innings, so the pitchers have been on point in tonight's ball game. So now we will take a look at MLB Pickle. So, Rye, who are we guessing? Which Brewers player are we cursing today?
Andrew Vaughn.
Andrew Vaughn. It's in the NL. Throws right-handed. first baseman.
Freddie Freeman.
Lefty righty USA first baseman. It's got to be in the NL East. Ooh. So I'm gonna guess Pete Alonso just to see if we get the team. Nope. Not the Mets. Phillies. Bryce Harper. And that is your MLB Pickle Player of the Day, Bryce Harper, as he is playing right now. And we were just talking about him. So now we will play ourselves some Immaculate Grid. So starting off, we got Astros and Blue Jays. George Springer.
There we go. Astros threw a no-hitter. I'll go Verlander.
And then Dodgers and Astros.
Um, boy.
You want to come back to that one?
Yeah, we'll come back to that one.
Dodgers and A's, Blake Trinan. A's no hitter. Dodgers 6+ WAR season, Mookie Betts. Uh,
Blue
Blue Jays
Jays,
plus WAR.
Vlad threw a no-hitter, 6 WAR.
Trying to pick anyone.
Jake Arrieta.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you get uh Blue Jays and A's and Dodgers. Or no. Yeah, Dodgers and Astros, Blue Jays and A's, and then A's and threw a no hitter. Shoot. Like Astros and Dodgers is such a big rivalry. It's like hard to think of a guy who played for both teams.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. Threw a no hitter on the A's. It's a tough one.
I
I don't
mean,
know.
it's just got to be someone who like left
I'm
the
looking
A's.
it up. For
Okay.
Dodgers and Astros is Zach Greinke. For Blue Jays and A's is what we needed, right?
Yeah.
Josh Donaldson. And then A's no hitter is Dallas Brayton. So some tough ones. I think we probably could have got the Donaldson one, but besides that, it was pretty tough. Thank you
Yeah.
guys for tuning into today's episode. Expect a late afternoon episode for the recap and preview for. They don't play tomorrow,
Wednesday's
so
game.
Wednesday's
Yeah.
game. Yep. So a preview for Wednesday's game and a post game recap for will be coming out tomorrow. Thank you guys for tuning in today's episode. Big game tonight. When we're recording this, we got a little under 2 hours till first pitch. Thank you guys for tuning into today's episode. Signing off, Ryan Dunleavy.
Ryan Zelensky.
Go Cubs, go.
Let's go Cubs.